Hello, welcome to TelecomTV. We are here at the Great Telco Debate 2022 in London. I'm talking with Ahmed El Sayed, who is a CIO and Europe Digital Engineering Director at Vodafone UK. Ahmed, welcome. Thanks for talking to us.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Now then, reading your title, you've got more than one role in Vodafone. You have a UK-specific remit, and then you have wider responsibilities in a group role. What does that mean to you on a daily basis? Are you sort of torn in two? Does it cause conflict? Are there congruences?
So we started, thank you for the question, and it's something that's quite interesting for us. We started this kind of double hat role, let's say, almost a year and a half back now. Let me maybe start with the reasoning behind it. So we used to have group teams, or let's say central teams, building products that then we would like to roll out across the markets. And then we had market teams responsible to build any technology that are relevant to a certain market, whether it's UK, Germany, or any other European or African footprint. But over time, we find that the key problem is that when you sit at the center, you're a bit far from the market, then you can build something that's not really fit for purpose sometimes. And when you sit at the market, you can build something that's really fit for your market, but it cannot be reused across the others, even though that a good amount of the customer needs are quite relevant to most of the markets. So we start to think how to do this differently and to move from a local and group kind of teams into global organizations. And that's where the concept came of having two roles. Do I try to separate them on day-to-day? Actually, it's the other way around. I try to blend them as much as possible. So the way we try to do it is that let's build global products through my global hat, but I need to ensure that this global products is fit for purpose. I need that these global products should go live in UK at least, and so this is where the market I'm in. Then I have another colleague who's running a different domain, like the data domain, but he's the CIO for Italy as well. Then he would do the same as well, and he have the Italy as, let's say, what we call the MVP, or the pilot market to test some of the new technologies. So that brings the mix quite closer to each other. You build product can be reused easily since you're building with a global mindset, but at the same time, you know it's fit for the market because you already piloted in one of your key markets out there. So that's the beauty of the role.
Basically, you've answered two questions in one there, because my next question, perhaps you can just elaborate on it a bit. What's happening then within Vodafone's efforts to create this pan-European technology team?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's beneficial? You've explained the different markets, and you said it may not fit, a solution may not fit all markets. Do you think you can provide something that will?
I mean, the answer is yes, we do. We think there is lots of opportunity to do it. As you know, I mean, there is lots of pressure of how to provide value to the customer, but also with the least possible cost. And then when you look at the telcos, if I look at Vodafone, for example, we have a simple example. We have My Vodafone app, which is an app you can use to buy bundles, you can check your usage, you can buy services, products, get some care services with through our digital channels. When we did a simple assessment, today we have this My Vodafone app is actually built 12 times. So each market have built their own app and they went live with it. And then when you look at the journeys inside this app, you'll find almost 50% of these journeys are common. So that means that I'm kind of wasting almost 50% of the time of my software engineers on the 12 countries at a time where software engineers is a super important asset for everyone that we need to make maximum use of. And that's where the opportunity came in.
Okay, thank you. That makes perfect sense. I want to carry on with this. We're going to say to you, you're talking about multiple markets. As you've just explained, they developed over time and they used different systems, different technologies, even different teams, of course. And they provide solutions which are in many ways culturally specific to particular customer bases. Are there enough? You've just said sometimes you've got something like 50% overlap and etc. Are there enough similarities between them all for this to be done effectively? Or, I know you can understand why you want to get rid of the duplication of work or the redundant work, but how easy is it to do?
It's quite complex, since the fact that we have lots of legacy systems within the different markets.
Sure.
So even to build a product, you still have to integrate back to many systems that lies within the different products. So that's a tough part of it. And this is the core of the transformation. So what we're trying to do is that can we hide this complexity behind what we call a standard API? So can we standardize all our systems to give the feeling that they are the same to a great extent? And any innovative product that we'll deliver on top can easily plug into these different backend systems. So are we planning to rebuild 100% of the assets? The answer is no. We don't have the time for that. But what we would like to rebuild and rebuild in a global way is actually all our future digital products that we offer to our market, to our customers, as well as all our online channels. Since this is where the engagement happen with the customer. So that our focus is lies there. I can give an example for like our website, our webcare. Again, lots of common journeys there. So what we found is that 40% of these assets is actually can be built in a global reusable way. So we got a team, not a central team anymore, but actually a team from the different countries. And then they came together. They tried to find all the common assets that we have within our web solutions. And then they built a common library of today we have around 200 plus components within this library. And we found that any new web journey that we launch to the market now, I can launch in 40% less time because I just plug and play from the assets that I have built globally there. So we did prove it in a couple of opportunities, but scaling it still will require time since again, it's a big transformation that we have to go through. And when you think about this transformation, it's not only the technology, actually the technology is the easy part, but there is lots of cultural transformation that need to happen. We're moving from a company that used to buy most of its technology to a company that builds more and more. This means that we have to bring in lots of software developers. Probably you saw that we're aspiring to recruit 7,000 software developers by 2025. Today, almost 30 to 33% of Vodafone is software engineers. We're trying to hit a place where we're around 50% of our team is actually software engineers. So again, that's by itself is a super big transformation. It requires a different engineering leadership. It requires different ways of working, trying different tools. So again, the foundational work is a lot, but the moment you get the foundational work right, then the scaling becomes much easier as you go through the journey.
It's an interesting job, but when you have to put on your group hat, what difference does it make to your working day or your working week?
I think it's quite demanding for sure. So I can say that. I mean, it's super busy in general, especially with the two jobs. Yeah. The beauty of it is that it challenged me. I have been working in Vodafone in 6-7 countries, but always on the operator side. So it's a really good challenge for me personally as well, and then for my team. That when we build something, before we build, we ask 2 questions first. Did someone else have built it already? We never asked this question before. So we're always very excited. We go ahead and build. But now before we build, we ask. I can ask my Italian colleagues. I can ask my Greek colleagues. Did you guys have something similar? If they had it, then I can reuse it. And then I save lots of time. And if they don't have it, then can I build it in a way that the others can reuse it as well? So that's the beauty of the double role. Is this a change of mindset of how we should build things?
Very interesting. I can imagine it's hard work. Many people will be very glad that 2022 is almost at an end. But let's look on the positive side. What do you think have been the main advantages in digital service development as far as Vodafone is concerned over the course of this year?
I think in 2022 for us, we had, and I'm happy today actually, we spent a good number of sessions around cloud and the move to cloud. So I think we had went a good way on our cloud transformation. So before, if you're building a product, you would probably spend at least at the beginning like a month or 2 just getting the infrastructure ready, just getting the tool that you need to use ready. Today, by a click of a button, we can create an end-to-end environment on a zero-touch basis almost in no time. So again, that gives us speed of delivery that is unmatched before. When you look at how the organization is transforming, especially that we have the whole technology reorganization we mentioned happened actually within the last year. So for us, this was a super big transformation. Now, before I used to have a team in UK, now I have access to great talent across 12 markets. So the whole Europe now is coming together as one technology organization. So it was super good for us. You can even feel it in day-to-day, not even the big transformations, but just from the discussion between the developers, it brings a totally different type of aspiration or motivation to the whole organization. We're building a technical career path that we never had before. And now our teams can actually grow across the organization. We I think matured a lot on this remote ways of working, so that also was a positive. So I think it was tough in some places, but for us, good level of foundational work on our transformation has happened and happened successfully, and it makes us in a very well positioned way to focus for the coming few years and hopefully bring the whole company to growth across all our markets.
Well, let's finish on those coming few years. What technology that you now have under development do you think will help you most in 2023 and 2024 and into 2025?
So let me take it as, I can take from a general technology in general, and then probably some specifics to Vodafone. So from a general technology point of view, again, cloud is huge for us. So it's really bringing us lots of productivity, whether it's private or public cloud. Both are really maturing our life cycle, software life cycle quite quickly. We're very passionate about data in general. So we have a big deal with Google Cloud as well, where we're running most of our data assets there, and we're building many AI solutions on top. So we're building models that can help us to understand our customers better, that can help us to decrease our churn rates, can help us acquire more customers by providing the right service at the right time. So these are two big things for us when it comes to the industry. The whole definitely multiverse, AR, VR, and combining this with the evolution of 5G technology and how you can offer, like network slices, how the gaming industry, the beauty of telecoms is that you're at the core of many things. So any evolution in other industries will have an impact on your business as well. So we need to be prepared for that. So that's from a general technology. Within Vodafone, we're building lots of global assets, and that's the key thing we're focused on. So again, we're building libraries now that can enable any software developer, wherever you are on the Vodafone countries, to basically be productive from what we call day zero. So usually when you bring a software developer in, it can take a month or so just to understand the tooling, understand how the ways of working. We're automating everything almost, so that you come from day zero, you have all the tools ready for you, you know exactly how you can add value to the company, and then you can get going from the start of the journey. We're moving into all these global platforms, like having one app across, having one cloud platform across, having one web solution. We're evolving our chat solution as well, what we call Toby, which is amazing, since that enables customer to actually chat with a very smart AI robot that can answer many of the questions and help the customers in a very hopefully friendly way, and also can understand what the customer needs in no time and become very convenient to the customers. So I think it's a mix of big technologies from outside and also a mix of local technologies. If I go beyond the European markets to Africa, for example, we have we're considered one of the biggest fintech when you look at M-Pesa, which is a mobile solution in Kenya and across Africa. So again, technologies like blockchain and other will become also very interesting to this kinds of market, and how to expose everything for APIs so that the developers can build. Just imagine you're a developer starting a startup outside. You would like to connect your customers, then you can use the Vodafone APIs to reach your customer in an easy way. You can use if you're in Africa, you can use our M-Pesa APIs to be able to monetize your products. So we want to move step by step to be this innovation platform that enables startups to even achieve their dreams quicker by partnering with Vodafone. So that's high level what we're trying to do.
Very interesting stuff. Ahmed El Sayed, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.